Hi my friends, it's Al. Welcome to a 15-minute lazy leg stretch. This is going to be a great stretch for if your legs are sore from running, from doing leg day, or anything really active and you are sitting down anywhere, on a bed, on a couch, on your mat. So go ahead and meet me in a seated position and we'll go ahead and get started. Let's get started in a seated position. So you can either sit cross-legged with me or take any other seat that makes sense for you and your body. And we'll take a couple breaths to settle in. So you can close your eyes, hands come to knees if you'd like. And take a big breath in through the nose. And open the mouth and sigh it out. Continue with that breath. The reason we kind of take these few moments to just settle in is to notice what's going on in the body. So, usually you come to yoga from some other activity in your life, from a busy day, from things that are stressful or very active. Or maybe you've just been immersed in a TV show or something that is not necessarily your body. So it's so important to just take a moment to kind of transition into this space before we find movement. So just take one more breath here to notice whatever is going on in the body. And then if your eyes are closed, you can go ahead and open them back up. Extend the feet out wide. So they don't have to be super wide. They can be closer together, farther apart, whatever feels good for you so that you can sit up nice and tall. And we'll reach up and then fold forward, walking the hands out as far as you'd like. And then go ahead and release your head and neck. Just find a little fold here. Start to feel a little bit of a stretch in your hamstrings. Toes pointing straight up still, so notice if they're kind of curling in towards the ground. Trying to just stay a little bit active in the legs here. And then we'll start to walk the hands over towards your left foot. And the hands can land on either side of the leg or maybe grab onto the toes or somewhere along the leg. And just go ahead and release here, drawing your knee towards the nose. Then we'll walk the hands back through center and over towards the right. Again, hands on either side of the leg or anywhere along the leg or grab onto the toes and just release. Go ahead and walk the hands back through center. And then walk yourself back up to sit upright. Sitting up nice and tall with the spine. So we're going to start to bend the right knee in towards the inside of the left thigh. And then the left leg is going to bend as well, also moving towards the left. So we're in this sort of, in this shape with both legs bending in the same direction. And then we'll start to walk the hands forward and release over the right knee. start to feel a little stretch in your hip here. A little variation of our pigeon pose. You can either come onto your forearms or come all the way down, releasing your head onto your arms. Walk yourself back up. We'll find a little twist here. So take the left hand to the right knee. And right fingers just swim behind you. Little twist to the right. And come back through center. Extend both legs out long again, and we'll take that on the opposite side. Left foot comes to the inside of the right thigh. Right knee bends, shooting the leg in the same direction, and start to walk the hands forward over your left knee. And you can either pause right here, come down onto the forearms, or make a little pillow with your arms and come all the way down to rest. Little hip opener here. Walk the hands back up, and we'll take that little twist again. So right hand comes to the left knee, left fingertips swim behind you and sit up nice and tall, opening the heart towards the left side. Just a little something to do a little low back relief here too. Walk yourself back into center. Extend the legs back out long again. And walk them in towards each other. We're going to make our way onto our back. So feet can plant down on the mat and just lower yourself all the way down. Extend the right leg up towards the sky, sole of the foot reaching up to the ceiling. And you can interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Start to pulse that right foot towards your face. So just gentle pulses here. We'll do 3 more and then hold. So 3, 2, 1, and then hold this one. Just holding in that stretch for a moment. And release out of that. Point and flex your toes a couple times. Stretching into the ankle. And then cross the right ankle onto the top of the left knee, finding a little figure 4 shape. Reclined pigeon pose. Stay right here, or interlace the fingers behind the left thigh and draw it into your chest. If you drew the knee into your chest, go ahead and release the left foot back down and let both legs fall over towards the left side. So we're just finding a little twist here. The right foot will plant down on the mat, and arms can come all the way out to a T or to goalpost arms. So you might feel this hip stretch still in this little twist. And if you want to go a little deeper, you can always grab the right ankle and kind of just inch it in a little closer to you. we'll come out of this twist by taking the legs back through that pigeon pose and then uncrossing the legs. Sole of the right foot comes back down onto the mat. Left leg extends up towards the sky, sole of the foot shining up to the ceiling. Interlace the fingers behind the left thigh and we'll find those pulses. Just to whatever degree is comfortable to you, tugging the toes towards the face. We'll do 3 more and then hold. So 3, 2, hold it for 1. Getting into that string. And release the hold. Point and flex the toes. Ankle and foot stretch here. And cross the left ankle to the top of the right knee. Recline pigeon again, staying here or hugging that right knee in towards the chest. And release the right leg if you lifted it and lower both knees over towards the right. Left foot lands on the mat, arms come out to a T or to goalpost arms. And if you like, you can grab that left ankle and tug it in a little closer to you. That actually does not feel good for me on this side, so I'm going to ease out of it. My left hip is a little tighter than my right hip, I've been noticing lately, and that's perfectly normal for one side to feel a little different than the other. It's one of the things you might start to notice as you do yoga more is that our bodies are not perfectly symmetrical and you might not be able to do things exactly the same on each side of your body. So just being aware of those differences and honoring them as they come up. A huge part of the yoga practice. All right, we'll come out of this twist by bringing our legs back up through our reclined pigeon pose, uncrossing the legs. Take the feet as wide as your yoga mat and just windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Just a little release in the low back here. And then come through center, take the soles of the feet together and release the knees down to either side. Arms can come down by your sides. Reclined bound angle pose. And we'll settle here and release for a few final breaths here together. Now, this is a pose where we're finding stillness, and it may or may not be a very intense stretch for you, but something that I've noticed is the longer I hold this pose, the more open I feel in my hips. So obviously I filmed myself doing yoga a lot, and I've done like a time lapse where I did this pose at the end for a very long time, like 10 minutes or so. And I noticed in the time lapse that as time went on, my knees started to draw closer and closer to the earth. It's not something you actually really feel happening as you go breath to breath, but over time, just finding this stillness, finding this pose does bring more space to the body. So if you're able to really sit with yourself in these restorative poses, we can really find more space and become more flexible. So if you have the time, like to just take a few extra minutes in this pose. But if you are all set and ready to move on, we'll come out of this by taking the knees back together and either rolling over onto one side and propping yourself up, or maybe you just roll yourself back up to a seat and meet me here in a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this lazy little leg stretch that we did. If you're looking to continue stretching out the legs, I did post an active leg stretch last week. So all kind of the same muscle groups, but a little bit more of an active flow. You're probably like ready to go to sleep after kind of this more slow restorative little session. But if you have some energy in you and want to do a little bit more of an active practice, I will include the link to that practice right up here. So go ahead and check that out if you're looking for a little more. If not, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a little comment letting me know how you're feeling after this lazy flow. And I hope to see you again soon. Mwah.